Yo, Punk.
Hello.
Punk, what up, man?
Mooshy.
How are you, bud?
It's early. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm sure you have a full day of activity.
I do. Always.
All right.
Never a dull moment.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. I often talk wrestling. These days I've been talking more and more UFC. One of the reasons for that, the man on the phone right now, he not only is has a fight coming up at UFC 203 next month, but also has a series kicking off tonight. Chicago-made CM Punk. How are you, man?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm good. First and foremost, tell us about this show that kicks off tonight.
Oh, man. I for some reason agreed to let cameras follow me around and document not only the transition from wrestling to UFC, but just, kind of get a glimpse into what my life's like. I feel like people have seen this before, but not to this magnitude, really. So it's, I think it's going to be part inspiring, part embarrassing, part boring for some people, part exciting for most everybody else.
How early on in the process did the camera start following you?
Oh, we were there on like day one. Yeah, they followed me around and did everything. So, the process was the thought process at least was let's document this. This is this isn't as important as like world news, but to me I felt like it was a necessary step, and let's show everybody how hard all these guys work. Let's show everybody how difficult this is. And win, lose, pass, fail. Let's show them how real this is.
So how difficult is it, man? Where are you at right now? You're like how many? I don't know how many exact days you are out from your fight, but it's coming up. How tough is the training process at this point, and how different is it from the kind of shape you were in WWE?
Well, when I walked into the gym, I was 220 pounds. And now I'm like hovering around like 190. So, you built differently to do a different kind of thing that needs a different set of skills. Where I'm at, I'm great. I wish I could fight tomorrow. I feel amazing. You get grinded down in the middle of the week, but you got to learn how to balance things out, and it's difficult, but I love it so much. It almost makes it easy. I'm just having the time of my life.
What about this coming weekend? UFC 202, Diaz McGregor, Anthony Johnson, Teixeira. There's a lot of big fights this weekend, but obviously the big one, of course, Diaz McGregor. Give me a prediction. What's your expectation for Saturday night?
Oh man, well, I'm excited for that fight. I get all of them. I always have. So I'm going to go with the numbers on this one. As much as I love the fact that McGregor doesn't back down from a challenge, with a full camp, at 170, he don't really have to cut a whole lot of weight. I think Diaz is going to win.
Yeah, that's my expectation as well. I don't think it's in the.
Conor fights at 145. That's a tall task to come up, 2-3 weight classes. That's a lot.
Were you surprised to see Conor sort of trolling the WWE over the last week?
No, not really. I haven't really paid too much attention to it. Obviously, unfortunately, in this day and age, where I get most of my news from is the little lightning bolt button on Twitter. So,
of course.
So
you get forced to
80% of what's going on.
Right. So you get forced to see certain things though that you don't even particularly care about. But basically, Conor said that he could whoop the ass of everybody in the WWE locker room. Of course, I see the whole thing as just a troll, and Conor opening the door, which I think would have been open anyway, to go in and make some money over there one day. But let me ask you this. Is there anyone that you can think of off the top of your head in that locker room that Conor or anybody else probably wouldn't want it with?
Listen, there's tough guys in wrestling. You have to be tough to be in wrestling. Do you have to be tough to be in that locker room? Not anymore. it's a different world, and it's a different business, not only from when I started, but from when I was there, you know. So I think the thing that shocked me the most about what Conor said was the number of people who work there who responded to him, who should know better.
You mean who you felt got kind of worked?
I don't feel they got worked. They got worked. I mean, come on, you know, like Ric Flair, come on, just stop, just knock it off, you know, like volunteering guys to fight Conor. I mean, it's across the board. It's not just the WWE guys. So I don't want anybody saying that I'm harping on WWE. I'm not. It's embarrassing. Like fighting with anybody on Twitter, you know. You can fight with the idiots on Twitter, but from an outside perspective, somebody looking at that, they can't tell the difference from they don't know who the idiot is, you know. So it's just like, don't respond.
When was the last time you felt you were in a wrestling locker room that was actually a place where you had to be tough?
Oh man, I mean WWE for sure, but it's changed over the years. You know, you got to realize when I was there, when I was battling for a spot, the guys on the show were full time Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Undertaker, Chris Benoit, Edge. I mean, everybody was like this main event guy, you know. So like, you know, I was the new guy, and I was battling for the spot. Both Hardys were still there. Batista, you know, I'm forgetting like a ton of guys because
JBL was
I'm old now, but JBL, yeah, absolutely. Booker T. Oh boy, there was a million of them, you know. And then once you started going down the card, you know, like those guys were superstars too, you know. Booker T, Chavo Guerrero, like, you know. So it's just changed over the years, I'd say.
Do you miss having an outlet week to week to get on a microphone and be the character CM Punk in front of millions of people?
No. I don't even know if I'd be able to do that anymore. Do I miss it? No. You know, that was something I did for so long that I think I got most of that out of my system for sure.
So if you let's assume the best, and you go out and kick ass. And by the way, I commend you for, you know, taking a challenge in 203. You did not start with a jobber in your UFC debut. So if you go out and you get a win next month against Mickey, do you have any idea what your plan would be moving forward? What's the goals that you've set for yourself?
I mean, everything hinges on that night, you know what I mean? I definitely think a huge part of me is just going to want to keep the train rolling and get another fight on as soon as I can. There's also a part of me that's just going to want to go to a bunch of Cubs games, you know, because this is a year.
Let's hope for you it is.
So, you know, it all hinges on that night. And, you know, honestly, Peter, there's no assuming. I'm going to win. I've never been more confident about something in my entire life. And, you know, I'll probably sit on the beach for a little bit. I'll probably maybe take a little vacation with the wife, but I'll get bored real quick. And I'll just, like I said, I just want to keep going. I want to get the second fight on as soon as I can.
Is the wife freaked out at all about having to sit there and watch you do this? This is obviously much different than when you guys used to work together before. Sitting there and watching you have a fist fight is different.
No, she's more freaked out that I'm not eating pancakes with her every day and worried about what's going to happen to me on the 10th.
Are you what food is the food part hard? Do you miss any food? Because at this point you have to be pretty disciplined.
No, I don't think it's hard. I just think it's fun to complain about it.
Well, you are someone who never shies from having fun about complaining about things.
No, I love food. You know what I mean. So, but I got a job to do. You know, so it's an easy decision to make, and it's an easy thing to do. I am a ridiculously disciplined person when I want to be. So, I mean, who doesn't just want to eat pancakes all day?
No, the straight edge superstar is a man. Being straight edge inherently is discipline. Listen, I'm excited to watch your fight. We've been waiting for it for a long time, and I've heard other exciting things. I've heard rumors when I've been in cool Hollywood circles about things you have going on down the road that sound very exciting. So,
oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, your name is getting thrown around there, CM Punk. People excited about you.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, I'll tell you every time I talk to you, I don't care. I still want to see you wrestle again one day. I know you're far away from wanting to do that, but it was a run that I very, very much enjoyed. And guess what? I'm going to follow you to the UFC for that. So appreciate your time. Good luck. Enjoy 202, and we'll see you at 203.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
All right, Punk. Take care, bro.